Alright peeps, welcome back to Fireside. Our canal's greening up the rest of our hill here. And we've got a wonderful little episode 10 planned for us. I'll tell you what, this episode 10's gonna be a bloody corker. Because episode 10, we're doing the housing estate upgrade. That's right, as much as we have the perfect amount of beaver houses, a solid 69, we do need to do something else about it. We also have 19 bloody vacancies, and that's with a handful of jobs paused. So while we get the new housing estate sorted, I think we need to reduce the amount of bloody haulers knocking about in here. We'll go down to 5. Hopefully that frees up a couple of builders. And it didn't. Where's all the beavers off? Well, I suppose we don't need 5 of these bad water pumps on the crack. And there wasn't even beavers working in all of them. And we still didn't have any bonus builder beavers. Just the district centre fellas. But we are falling from our fancy sluice reservoir here. Spinning these power wheels. And what efficiency are we running at here? A solid 39. Very nice. Now just cause, I'm actually going to real casually close this one. And open this one on the edge. The furthest away from the source, you know. Now before we do any sort of housing upgrades, we need to make sure that we can actually feed and water all our new beavers that we're going to be spawning in. And since we've got all of the greenness greening about now, why don't we go ahead? See that we've got full storage of wheat flour in our bloody grits mill here. We're cracking out the apple pies like nobody's business. So why didn't we plug down another bakery and start making some scones? Because looking at the scones recipe there, just needs berries, wheat and a bit of coal, and we're sorted with that. So that should help our beavers feed themselves. Now, all we need to do, especially because we're doing 800 water, oh no. We're going to have to unpause 6 of these beaver jobs, which is just taking 6 jobs that we need from elsewhere. You know what, actually? Unpause these 5 hour here, and bloody delete these 6 hour here. And if I'm going to be honest with you beavers, I want you to delete all of this, because we're going to be real casually popping some more automated water slurpers on you. And there we have it. It took us 4 days to build, and it's an absolute beauty. And we're definitely not going to have it by the time this drought kicks in. And I did delete those 6 water slurpers, so I think we're going to be relying rather heavily on our big reservoir / canal here, even though this big canal does need any water slurping. It just does irrigation. And not that well either. I did also dive a boot up the haulers back to 10 because they weren't even getting the water out of these bloody slurpers, man. Well, they're still not, even with 10. Oh, yeah. Can we fit a hauling post under there by chance? I mean, I know the answer's no, but the answer's no. Less than ideal, if I do say so myself. Because I want to pop a hauler down. You know what? I may as well just reuse this space here. And I can pop that hauler down. Facing that away. Alright beavers, get amongst that. We need more bloody haulers on the crack. The haulers are going to do more for us than actually building more water slurpers. Look at them all, man. Not one of them is doing anything. They're all just hitting effing full. And the last thing we need to do over here is actually get the power from these wheels into the rest of the system. So we'll get a regular old power shaft on this laddie, and then we'll go up to a vertical power shaft on the back. That's because I want to pop a single high platform here. And then is it a 3 long? It is. It's a 3 long number back here. And then on this bit of water here that we're not doing anything with, pop a duplicate platform and a 2 long hour hang. And would you look at that? We can still grow crops and pass power hour. So why didn't we do that? Let's pass the bloody power hour. Now that is actually quite nice. That little power up and down there. The rest of this, to be honest with you, might have to be reworked at some point. But for now, it took us far too long to design, so it's gotta get built. Oh, do we see a bobbing about? I didn't, you know. I think it's time to have a look in here and see if they've corked it. Oh, there's no bobbing about, knocking about here. Any other fancy beavers, though, that we haven't heard of before? Nah, that's it. We're all ember pelted up at the moment. Right, beavers, how you's coming along with the hauling post? Not too shabby. A little bit of work and we'll be having it in. What about the bakery? Haha, bonus bakery. pumping out scones like nobody's business. And how beavers? You need to hammer this hauling post in. Oh, it's in. Well, that's what happens when you get down and tell them what's what. I was on the wrong side of the building to see it all happen though. But I have just unleashed 10 maximum priority hauling jobs. That means there's going to be knee builders. Properly knee builders. But if we're going back down to little first person view, we'll be able to see there's heaps and heaps of haulers knocking about, getting all the water from this big automated water sloping system. Now that's enough speed 3 for now. We are still in a bit of a predicament. Our last drought was 24 days and we had about 600 water left after it. So yeah now beavers, with 24 working days, I hope you got a little bit of kit before I clocked yous back on. But anyway, look at our army of haulers getting all the water out of the automated slurpers and popping them in the very tank I'm standing on. Now I'm just gonna hang about here until the drought starts because what else is there to do, you know? We've got 24 working days, we've got the automated water slurpers, we've got haulers. We just gotta keep our fingers crossed that the beavers haul enough water out of this river to keep them hydrated through whatever drought comes. Well, I messed that up, but I need to come out of here anyway. Because the second this drought starts, I need to close this big sluice here to ensure that we have plenty of water knocking about. Inside a big old reservoir, of course, which isn't even full. Yeah, what? Oh. Yeah, this is never going to fill, is it? I have a feeling we might have been pishing water out the back, you know? Straight out to the back of this map without even realising it. Anyway, beavers, you can come doing 18-hour working days. Or the 21-day drought. We can deal with that, can't we, beavers? You can deal with the 21-day drought. We can also pause this hauling post during the drought. Let's actually get some things produced and built. Things like a brand new housing estate extension for these bloody Emberpelts. Hold up, before we do any of that, let's spend the science points unlocking the rest of the houses here, because you know we're gonna use them during this speedy up bit. And without further ado, why don't we build phase 2 of our big fancy housing estate here? We're even gonna pop in a MiGly Plays memorial section from the time we got stuck down the back then had to yeet ourselves off the map to get back to the front. And I'm gonna let the game play on speed 1 while I do this, so you can see how long it takes us versus that water slurping system to design. But now this is gonna be mad. I'm keen for this, like I am absolutely keen for this. Nah, that actually didn't take too long at all. There was one thing I wanted to do in here, which was have a detailer with a custom bit of tail action. Oh, there it is. I had to click refresh. The Cupcake. It definitely looks like it needs a bit of adjusting. I most certainly didn't panic halfway through building there. Realised I hadn't even put the Cupcake image in the bloody tails folder. But yeah, nah, that's gonna be a little memorial detailer where you can get your Cupcake stamp and contemplate over that one time where you heard the Cupcakes shouting, "Let us in!" from behind your house, but you had no way of letting the Cupcake in. We even have a little bit of a pathway here, so it's all connected and everything. This house is flipped, so it's connected, so this should work. It just needs this house built, but I'm pretty sure that actually should work and it should all be connected. And then I really wanted 2 tenement lodges up the top, and kinda messed up because I want them at the same level so I can just path straight on, and then we don't have to have the big ladder stack here because the housing estate is the ladder stack, which yeah now does entail not planting any more oaks there and waiting for a solid 15 days before we even do anything else up here. But I tried a few things and eventually just settled for having 2 different heights here on the tenement lodges. We'll pop a path where this tree is and we'll pop a stair where this tree is. And that's all thanks to our little pass-throughs being at different bloody heights here. But there's a door on that pass-through and there's a door on that pass-through. And that's the only thing I wanted to get out of these pass-throughs. But we still need to connect the pass-throughs though. And I think it might be time to get rid of these 2 temporary medical beds here on the housing estate. We've already got plenty of beds elsewhere. Be gone, medical bed, and be gone, entire stack over here. And the beavers get around to picking those up whenever you fancy it. Now let us get fancy with it. Out the front this time. And last but not least, a wee bridge across there. And yeah, now if we're gonna have that be a pathway, it has to have a little bit of an hour hang on it. But like I did with the rest of these paths, there's no need for it to have railings on it. And what are we gonna put on these hour hangs? I made this one too long, so I can pop a bloody detailer on there. Because, you know, why not? I'm thinking on this row, I might go for 3 central contemplation spots, and then a back scratcher on either end. And then to carry the tradition that there's always a contemplation spot on this little row, We're on there. And then our builder beavers, can you hurry up and bang the rest of the planks in here for old mate so he can get some bloody food and water. Yelly, he needs some food and water.
Every time I end up pressing the bloody one of these buttons and I don't even know what button it is that flicks the camera around.
Yelly's 60 years old. Get back in the house. Oh, they've rescued him, thankfully. I was in speed 4, so it happened in a bloody instant. Is it Z? Oh, right. So whenever I press Z, it goes spins around. That's more like it. But while I was spinning around there, old mate Yelly got his cell sorted, fed, watered, and is probably about to cark at the neat. Let's find out. I mean, I don't know any beavers that have actually made it to bloody 60, like. That's why I'm saying he's... And I'm wrong! Yelly's made it to 61. He's contemplating how he's became the oldest beaver Fireside's ever bloody seen. Oh, look at this. The builders have started building everything they can reach over here now. That's nice of yous. But yeah, nah, builders. You're gonna have to hurry up and get the what? Where's the rest of me who's in estate? Well, look, builders, build what's here anyway. I don't know how, but I managed to delete half me who's in estate. Genuinely no idea, like. So let me real casually try and rebuild this from memory, perfectly as it was. And I'll catch back with yous. That wasn't too hard, actually. I just remembered that I had alternating doors on these sides, and I had the one little mini lodge in the middle. Yeah, nah, not too bad. Not too bad. Beavers, please build all of that, even though that's probably going to cause us all to bloody starve. Look at our army of builders. Banging it in from the top. You know, before the builders get too carried away banging away there, let's make sure we free up some storage space. Well, I was going to say for our scones, because we've got a full storage knocking about in there. But to build any more of these, we need to do loads of shite. And I think we're just going to have to crack along doing our lot shite. With our lad in, we're going to see that this laddie's the one that's going to have this scones plopped in there. Oh, and of course I have to build all the things first. Replanned. It's going to be significantly cheaper to get that one up and running. And pop with scones in there. And with 17.7 days remaining, beavers, would you do as a flavour and real casually smash your housing estate upgrading, as well as a bit of scone storage as well. I tell you what, I love seeing the Emberpelts hanging about in the campfire and the contemplation spots like. It's a bloody beaut to see. And we'll be able to see if we're little tail painter works and all. And also just how stretched out those cupcakes are gonna be. But I'm keen to see this housing estate extension like. I'm not necessarily keen to see all the mayhem that it's gonna inevitably cause, but once we've sorted out the various food and water issues, think of all the production we can crack along with. We're gonna be able to go bloody crazy with it. There we have it. Now how many beaver barbies do we have? Oh, I thought it said 56, 24! And we're not even done yet. We've still got to put the cherry on top. That's right. MiGly's whipping out the roofs once again. Nah, I saw they had half roofs and I was like, I have to do something with these half roofs like. So let me plonk even more houses on here, with accompanying roofs of course. Now that is a proper MiGly lopsided housing estate there. I bloody love the lopsidedness of that like. But anyway, let's truly pop the cherry on top here. The big clock. Now while the beavers will know what time it is. Now what do we put in front of the clock? We could put the wind gauge. Oh, that sort of covers the clock. I was going to say, because then the beavers will be able to see which way the wind's blowing. But then they won't be able to see the time. Beaver statue? Oh no, same crack, it's too big. Well, in that case, beaver bust. Oh, beaver bust, why aye. Get that on there. Now that is what I call the cherry on top of the housing estate there. Look at our majestic housing tower. Oh, with the top on there. And the beavers have started banging away over here, getting the hour hangs in, getting all of our fancy little back scratchers and contemplation spots on. It is coming along nicely. Apart from the 10 days left in the 1.2k water. Previously I would be happy with that, but with 24 beaver puppies and 56 beds still empty. Ooh, yeah, nah. I got 10 beavers without a day though. Yeast can all be haulers. And I feel like we may as well unpause all of our essential tree planting shenanigans over here and all. Oh, look at this. We got to look at that cupcake. Oh, yeah, I love that. I want to find a beaver with a cupcake tail in the wild. There's one, I saw them, there's a carrier. Oh, bloody, look at that. Does it go on the bottom of the tail? Is that why? Does it actually go all the way around? Right, we need to hang a boot. I think the contemplation spot's probably the best spot where we're going to have a beaver just like standing still so we can see underneath the tail there. Oh, campfire. Campfire could be a good spot. I mean, regardless, let us hang a boot here until we get some beaver friends knocking a boot and we can check on their cupcake tails. Oh yeah, we got cupcake tails. Aye, so it doesn't print the back. It's like one of those shitey t-shirts where it's only got one half printed and there's like a very obvious seam right in the middle where half the bloody t-shirt isn't even printed. Well, I dare say, Mr. Beavers, we're gonna have to do something about the old cupcake detail between episodes. Yeah, the poor beavers, they'll wear it for the memory of the cupcake, but we'd rather them look stylish while remembering the cupcake, you know? Also, why is there a bit of rail in here? Is the beaver gonna fall off the dirt tree stump like? Sort that out, MiGly. And yeah, now beavers, your new maximum priority job is to get all of this in. And I'm going to unpause my industry here, but not anything to do with clear bricks, because I want to keep all of what I've got. You wait! I didn't even select water to be in here. I know for a fact I selected water to be in the one doing here though. Oh, and that will be some chilly water doing there. Proper cold stuff. I love my little underground tank there with the underground tank above it. Bloody love it. Oh, and before this gets built, I rejigged the path a little bit. So it runs underneath these platforms. That's just to give us as much green growable land as possible. However, we definitely need this bit of path here. That's on some plain old green ground. We'll have the beavers schnecking around. Well, let's have a look here. We're fully picked up on canola. We're not actually doing anything with that. Why don't we extend our canola field? We're here now. And there we'll have a tidy little bit of canola field action going on underneath for new automated water slobbers. And I do think it's time to get rid of this medium tank, say sayonara. And then real casually see if we can fit a large tank in here. Of course we can't. And if you look here, tomatoes, we're barely even half full on with storage compared to all the other raw food ingredients. Therefore, this is another tomato plantation, including that old radish there.
Oh no!
Now before we dive into the next speedy up bit, let's see what our water level's like. Basically non-existent down here. What about in our bit reservoir? Not too bad, but we do now from... Ooh, TNT. Let's blow these up. Oh yeah, I love me a little bit of blowing up the TNTs. Oh yeah, and I have to do the old pause a run, swap the jobs a run so we can get some random scrap metal knocking about. There we go, happy days. You can pick up another 19 scrap now. Now what's my water level in here like? Oh, that's actually not too shabby like, that's not too shabby. The only issue is, if we lower this down, which I'm going to do, you'll see we may end up losing a little bit of greenery up on these trees up here. But I just want to flow a little bit more water in here, ideally to last for the next 8 days. Because I want to do a big old speedy up bit where we smash all of these automated water slopers on. Now I came out of the speedy up bit to pump this bridge on, and I'm bloody glad I did. Because we've got 166 water for 3.9 days. All of the water out of here. Get it out. Get these automated slurpers slurping it up. There they gone, they're slurping up the water. We'll have a little bit more to see we're through. Now unfortunately old mate isn't slurping up anything, due to the fact that we haven't built the power section yet for it. Now is that it? Is that all the water? Oh no, we've still got a bit of water coming up. Let's have a look. How fast are we depleting? Oh, we're basically out. We're basically out. That means we're unpausing at least these 3 laddies. And that's us out. Proper dry as a bone. Well, ye 3 brave beaver slopers, yous are our colony's only hope at surviving these next 4 days. How's the water slurping doing here? Oh, not great, like. I think we need the water even more than we need the trees, like. 5 water slopers, get on it. 16 unemployed beavers! Ooh! Oh, yeah, alright. It is, that's what happens when you build a whole bloody second housing estate off the back of your housing estate. The beavers fill it up. I do love this little area here though where the beavers come to contemplating that. I wonder if I can get in there. Beavers? Can I plug me? Oh, who's this? Hello? Are you smooth battery reincarnated? Getting your little cupcake tail. Oh, look at the little blue boy. We'll have to check if this is smooth battery again, like. But let's see, can we get up here? We can! We can hang about with the beavers round the back of the housing estate. Contemplate that one time we got stuck here. But no, we didn't get stuck anymore. We can get into the beaver house and plonk out on the other side. And I definitely didn't come in and out of that mode there. Anywho, Where's the blue beaver? I want to check on the bloody blue beaver, see if we've got smooth battery 2.0 on the crack. Now that blue beaver was a babby, therefore we're probably gonna see them up here. Gonna do a little bit of campfire action. Go, where you going? You got the first one? You got a hang about with his little teal. Look at him warming up by the fire there. Alright, who are ye? Oh, it's bloody battery smooth. See, that's what happens when you didn't show up for a while, pal. The Cupcake half forgets your name and calls you Smooth Battery when you're actually Battery Smooth. Oh, that'd be a fun thing every now and again. We'll just get some recurring modders in Fireside. But yeah, now Beavers, do you mind finishing up all of this nonsense? It's kinda necessary. Kinda necessary. Now, our water supply situation, it's looking alright. We have dried out this bottom bit of the river. But for now, it's time to do a good old-fashioned spin around speedy up bit for the end of the episode. Because I can't be dealing with all of this. I'm gonna have to come up with some sort of plan, in brackets hope for some very clever comments, to stop our Fireside beaver colony from absolutely corking it. Because we need to do something drastic. But we at least have the beaver power to do said drastic action now, if not else. And with this being episode 10, once this episode ends, we're going to be doing a mad little time-lapsey bit. So make sure you do and click away, because we've made loads of progress in the past 5 episodes. I think it's going to be a bloody mental time-lapse. Anyway, enough waffling on about time-lapses. I hope you enjoyed the Mad Who's in a State extension here. And I also hope you're looking forward to the bloody chaos that's going to be the next episode, when I try not to have all the bloody beavers cork it. Yeah, and as I was saying earlier, that's a problem for future MiGly in it. So I'll be seeing yous in either a bit of City Skylines 2, a bit of Planet Crafter, or maybe even another episode of Fireside. Toodle pip! No, that's it. Zero water, cycle 19. Oh no. Well, I did say episode 10 was gonna be mental. Episode 11's gonna be absolutely